Okay, this is Doug here. I've got about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to use of your time. I'm kind of late at night here. Shaved my beard off this morning. Hair is still starting to come back quickly. Uh, I want to talk to you quickly about coaching. I want to take a little bit of your time. I'm going to go quick here. Ron Larson gave me your name, and here's why. I've got a little offer for you. I've built a little community here thing. Uh, Basically, I've studied the data of most everybody's name that Ron gave me, and I've kind of searched for those that I looked to me like, given all that I looked at, they had the best chance of a of a turnaround of maybe 20% growth a year through evangelism. That's what I do. A lot of you really don't know me, but I've got my new website coming up. It'll be a little easier to get acquainted with me. I yanked mine off because it had too much stuff on it. And then I decided to try to do Facebook. My board didn't like that, but I wanted to try it. It wasn't quite enough either. So basically, I'm known as one of the fathers of the seeker sensitive movement, also a baby boomer guy, and I've coached every major denomination in Australia, Germany, and the United States for a long time. I'm in Florida now, and I'm coming up to Baltimore to help Ron establishing a couple of our ministry certification things called Proxys, which I won't use up our time here now to talk about all that, but in PA, Lancaster, Philly, and Baltimore, and soon Fairfax, Virginia. So I'm coming up there making a sweep to do things. But one of the things I want to do is, though I do have a fairly large coaching firm called the Meehan Group Alliance that is being fully unveiled next month. We have 15 coaches. I'm giving my own personal time to Baltimore. I have probably coached 2 or 3 thousand churches closely over my time. I see patterns. I'm an innovator, a strategist, and I've seen a lot. Very little changes, really. Nice little cute trends here and there, but basically, let me tell you where we're at. Only about 7 to 9% of the U.S. population is evangelical. I figure half those are probably devoted Christians. So we have quite an inflated view as to our potential with reaching people without aggressive evangelism. 85% of churches, and all sensitively I want to say this, including yours, are in some pretty decent decline over the last 5 years or so. So I want to help. I've done this with a lot of churches. I've developed leaders that have now 20 and 10 and more thousand churches, and I have some people that I call pastoring 150 churches that leave big footprints, as I call them, through their evangelism and the way God has wired them. So I want to offer you this. I come up to Baltimore once a month. I'll probably be starting in Fairfax and then moving to Baltimore, then up to PA, and back to Baltimore. I'm going to be doing my Proxys in Fairfax, Baltimore, probably even 2 times in Baltimore, once in Lancaster, and soon Philly. So it gives me a lot of time during the day, or even some evenings when I come up. I want to make it work well. I really can't fit in a lot of my standard coaching work because it's difficult to say I'm going to be there this week. You do it. So I'm setting up groups of no more than 3. I normally charge $3,000 to do a strategic evangelism plan and a growth plan for your church that matches you. They're custom made. I don't come in with any ideas about what you ought to do. In a group of 3, I can do it for like $600, and I can give you a nice written up strategic plan within 2 months that will work very well for you. See, the problem is evangelism doesn't happen accidentally these days. We've long since forgotten how to do evangelism. So here's how I approach it. I come in, we'll meet for 2 or 3 hours together. I'll have a template where we start developing an evangelistic plan. I'm going to show you this. 1, how to reshape the thinking of your church about evangelism. And I don't mean preach sermons on evangelism, because that's the last thing you want to do, is to publicly kind of push people that way. It fails every time. But I can show you how to change the level of fear about evangelism without people knowing what's going on, change their thinking about lost people, about the possibilities that are out there. And we do work together with some sermons that kind of outline work that, if you consider it helpful. 2, we look at all of the things you have going presently and how to bring a outreach component into each one of those without any more work. It's very simple. 3, I want to talk to you about how to use your website and Facebook as an evangelism tool. Then I want to talk about how to work with evangelists to restore a spirit of evangelism. And then finally, we are going to end up with targeting a couple major initiatives as we get further down the road with you on evangelism. Anybody who has ever done what I outlined for them has always grown immediately and no less than 20% a year. What you do with it beyond then is, you'll make it happen. If it becomes a habit, you're in good shape. If not, you can get me back around. I've got a few more years left. So I want to help you, and and for a very reasonable price, we can work together. You'll end up with a plan that will work for you. I promise you. I know how to do it. And if it doesn't, I'll give you all your money back. But I want to make my time count in Baltimore. I'm starting a church there with Ron as well. At my age, I just want to make myself work. I feel like Baltimore is a key city to an awakening in the United States, but if the churches don't learn to evangelize, we're in trouble. And your church needs it. I know. I've looked at your numbers, and I have no concern about how great you are and all that. I just know there are a couple keys that I've learned over the years that make a huge difference. My church that I led, the primary one I led, grew by 17,000 conversions over 10 years that we know of. We grew 43% due to conversion growth, and that's why we were growing 100% a year. When you lead one person to Christ, they normally will bring as many as 20 people the first year, at least 4. People from another church will bring no more than 3 or 4 their whole time at the church, and they're paying. So let me help you. I want to help you. I'll even let you just put like $300-400 down immediately this week or whatever to hold your slot. Be the 3rd week of May. We'll work together with a great time. I feel like I can only do 3 groups, and maybe only 2. So call me or email me, and I'll get you on the docket. I'm a nice guy, and I do need to make. And there's a business side of this. I do need to make my time count for the most when I'm there. I have to pay through 3 people. So yes, it does make sense for me on that side. I don't want you to believe I'm just giving the farm to you. But on the other hand, it is a lot of work on my part to help you, because I know if you grow and I hang around there, we're going to have a great time. And you can also watch, how I build the church Ron and I are starting. It might be helpful too. You can get in on some of that planning. So my phone number is 407-982-6985. 407-982-6985. Please feel free to call me. I'm your friend. I'm not slick, as you can tell. I've got a great coaching firm, but in many ways, I'm kind of the hippie on the team. So also you can email me at Murren, MURREN.consultation@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you because I want to pull this together rather quickly. So don't hesitate. Hey, it's worth the money. You will make the money back in 1 month if you follow what I'm saying. And that will be true of every month, plus doubling and tripling as you go ahead.